Let's go. No, y'all, seriously. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on, wait. Welcome to the Intro Podcast, where I am your host, the one and the only Tazz. Hey, I am excited to have you guys on the show. Those of you who are listening, those of you who are watching or listening live right now, I appreciate you. Those of you who are not on the live right now, but you want to find out about the live shows, do me a favor and subscribe on whatever social media you can on the Intro Podcast, and we will keep you updated. But we have a lot to talk about today. Oh, we got a lot to talk about today, and I'm excited to be able to do this once again to serve my listeners. But before we get into that, I want to take out the time to plug in our sponsor for the show on today. So if you don't mind, do me a favor, let's pause for the cause and let's give a shout out to our sponsor. Today's episode of the Intro Podcast is sponsored by Diane Clients, an independent associate with Legal Shield, offering legal services starting at $29.95 and identity theft starting at $19.95 a month. They provide a will, a living will, assist with moving violations, contract reviews, consultations, and much more. For more information, contact Diane Clients at 214-881-5225 or go to dsclients.ladiesofjustice.com. What's up, everybody? Once again, we are back, and you are listening to the Intro Podcast. So, side note, I'm going to just let you guys know I'm excited because we have the opportunity to sound so much more professional and have everything run so much more smoothly because we have invested in a Rodecaster Pro. It's not the second one, it's the first one. So if the first one is this good, I can only imagine what the second one is like, and eventually I get it. But for now, shout out to Rodecaster Pro for this wonderful addition to the show, giving us the opportunity, like I said, to sound so much more professional. Before we get into things, I got to let you know what's going on with me. Turn the music down. So what's going on? In real life and in real time, man, I am excited about life regardless to what I am going through, regardless to what it looked like. I am excited because I am still here. I have gone through a whole lot within the last year, but definitely within the last couple of months. Those of you who've been listening, I was hit with Bell's palsy and Adams Hunt syndrome. Which shut down the left side of my face, and Adams Hunt was shingles in my ear. If you've never had it, please hope and pray that you never get it. And there is a vaccine against shingles. I need you guys to go get that because it's there. And from research and listening to doctors and commercials on TV, it's not something that you've done something wrong to get. It's just something that develops in your body. I'm talking about shingles. Opposed to the Bell's palsy, I think mine was due to stress. When I look back around the time that I was hit with Bell's palsy, I think of all the things that I had been through, whether it be things on the job or just in life personally, and I think that's where mine came from. Again, it literally shut down the left side of my face. And I'm still recovering, so as you can hear, some of the things that I'm saying don't make sense or don't sound right, it's because of the Bell's palsy. But I'm excited that I'm able to at least get this out because there was once upon a time where I couldn't even talk here. I couldn't talk this much. So because I'm able to talk this much now, I am excited about it. I'm moving around. I still have pain. But through it all, God is doing what he does. What else is going on in your life, Tazz? We're still single. We're still single. Of course, we always looking, but it's difficult to find someone whenever you're me. Not that I'm somebody big or special, but I'm just picky because you have to have the right person in your life who's going to add to who you are and what you do whenever you are doing certain things in the world, or just whenever you're doing things in your life in general. And I think that's why a while ago I posted a video and I was telling people how you have to be careful who you give yourself to. Because whenever you give yourself out to so many people, and not even just sexually, but just your time, your energy, your company, they can drain you. Or you can give yourself to so many people to where whenever it's time for you to give that energy to the right person, you don't have anything left because you've given it to all the wrong people. And I had to learn that from a personal standpoint, because I was trying to be accepted by everybody, trying to hang out with everybody. And it wasn't until the point in time where whenever it really mattered, I had nothing else left. I wanted the relationship, so I would just talk to people and be like, okay, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. And then whenever the one finally came, I was like, dang, I don't have time or energy for it because I'm so busy trying to make up for what I was doing before. Today's episode of the Intro Podcast is sponsored by Diane Clients, an independent associate with Legal Shield, offering legal services starting at $29.95 and identity theft starting at $19.95 a month. They provide a will, a living will, assist with moving violations, contract reviews, consultations, and much more. For more information, contact Diane Clients at 214-881-5225 or go to dsclients.ladiesofjustice.com. Let's go to entertainment news. Billboard.com. I cannot believe this happened with everything good that's going on in his life. The devil always try to set you up for something. Talking about your boy Nelly. Of course, Billboard.com story reads, Nelly arrested for suspected drug possession and an insurance violation in Missouri. Story reads, Nelly was reportedly arrested at the Hollywood Casino in Maryland Heights, Missouri, early Wednesday, August 7th, for drug possession and an insurance violation. A close source to the situation says the hitmaker was detained at the casino where he gambles and which he frequents as a performer, and was paraded through the venue in handcuffs after authorities discovered a warrant from 6 years ago for an insurance infraction. Let me say that again, an insurance infraction. However, Nelly's attorneys have denied that he was arrested on drug possession charges in a statement to Billboard, claiming he was targeted by an overzealous officer. Mr. Haynes was not charged with the drug possession, his attorney Scott Rosenblum declared. He was arrested for no proof of insurance from 2018 on a warrant issued December 2023. That he received no notice. Mr. Haynes was targeted by an overzealous, out-of-line officer. Two things about this story that can be true. He probably really did get that infraction back in, when did I say? Let me get those years right because I don't want to mess this up. Let's see. Let's just say the old infraction. There's a possibility, yeah, he really did get the charge or the infraction for having no insurance, because 9 out of 10, some of us have been in the same boat, in the same situation, and probably got an infraction for it. And over time, we just forgot about it. My hand is raised for y'all that can see me. My hand is raised real high. That has been the detriment of me driving here in the DFW, but lesson learned. That way. The other thing that can be true is whenever the officers realized who they had in front of them, regardless to it being an insurance infraction, yeah, they probably put him in cuffs just to show off, just to let people see that Nelly had been arrested, so that there can be a story in Billboard that the attorneys would have to respond to, or that Nelly would have to respond to later on down the line. They better leave Ashanti alone because she's pregnant. Leave her alone. She don't need to be responding to none of y'all stories. But I'll say this, y'all, be careful driving. Be careful driving. Again, shouts out to Nelly and Ashanti for everything that love is doing in their life. I hope and pray that what you guys have done is something that's going to last forever and bless that baby and however many more to come. It's your boy Tazz. You're listening to the Intro Podcast. We do have more to come. Don't go anywhere. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tazz, and we are back with the Intro Podcast. Just in case you guys were excited about the Lauryn Hill and Fugee's tour, or the Fugees tour that was announced briefly after the BET Awards this year, I'm so sorry. So sorry. But it seems like a reoccurring thing, though, right? I don't know. Let's get into the story. People.com says Lauryn Hill feels disappointed about the U.S. tour cancellation as she confirms ticket sales caused the move. Earlier this week, Hill and the Fugees canceled a string of North American concerts just 3 days before the tour was set to kick off. Ms. Lauryn Hill is speaking out following the cancellation of her 2024 North American tour dates with the Fugees. In a statement shared on social media on Wednesday, August 7th, Lauryn Hill opened up about the decision to cancel the shows, confirmed rumors that low ticket sales caused the move, and assured her fans planned United Kingdom and Europe tour dates will still occur in the fall. With difficulty, the decision was made to pull down our upcoming North American tour dates. The shows in the UK and Europe are still moving forward as planned, wrote Hill, who was set to perform in North America with Wyclef Jean and Prize of the Fugees from Friday, August 9th to September 21st. She said, last year I faced an injury that necessitated the rescheduling of some shows, added the Grammy winner, referring to the tour previously postponed in November of 2003 due to vocal issues. Hill claimed a penchant for sensationalism and clickbait headlines in media coverage of last year's tour postponement seemingly created a narrative that has affected the tour sales for the North American portion of the tour. Lastly, she says, the trust and faith I have in my intentions and my commitment to my art seem to have been overshadowed by this unfortunate portrayal, she said. Look, I put it to you like this. I think that what's happening, turn the music down some. I think what's happening is there's a lot of concerts, not even for the Fugees necessarily, but there's been a lot of shows, a lot of concerts that Lauryn Hill herself was supposed to be doing. And I think getting the rumor spread, or you getting known as the person that shows up 2 or 3 hours for every single show, does put a bad taste in people's mouth. I know I was watching the BET Awards and I was looking on social media, and somebody made the joke and said, is Lauryn Hill going on last because they're waiting for her to arrive? As if she was 2 or 3 hours late with the BET Awards. I don't know. I actually think that she was scheduled to close the show because that was a really big performance, having everyone on that stage at that time. And of course, it was the perfect time and the perfect place to announce the tour. Of course, like you said, the tour overseas is still going to be going on in the fall. So congratulations. I hope you guys get a good show. Hopefully you can regain the trust of your fans, because you definitely have fans, Lauryn Hill. You definitely have fans. Fugees, you definitely have fans. We just got to get back to the point to where we actually believe that when you guys say, I'm not even going to say you guys, we just have to get to the point to where whenever Lauryn Hill says she's going to pull up, we believe that Lauryn Hill is going to pull up on time. We understand fashionably late, 30 minutes to an hour, but 3 hours late to a show, come on now. Come on now. I would understand why ticket sales are low. I would be the person that would only purchase a ticket probably whenever they announce Lauryn Hill is in the building. Announce that she's in the building and I would purchase a ticket. I don't care if I show up late. I'd rather be late and she be on stage than me get there and have to wait for her. So we understand how everything goes. We understand, Lauren, that you are a legend. Let's do some legend things. Let's be on time. We appreciate you guys. The Intro Podcast. We'll be right back. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. Oh. Anyway, everybody, thank you guys once again for coming back to the Intro Podcast. It's your boy. I'm your host, Tazz. I want to thank you guys so much for just being a part of today's show, just listening. Those of you who are watching us live as we do this, thank you guys for doing that and just chatting with us. That lets me know that what I'm doing is worth doing a little bit more because I'm able to serve people who actually appreciate it, which is why I do what I do. Disclaimer again, I know some of the words I'm saying might not sound right, but this is why I'll never take health for granted again. I'll never take being able to talk for granted, being able to blink my eyes for granted, or being able to listen for granted, because Bell's palsy is nothing to play with. I am excited though because I feel like God is doing something and I feel like he's healing me. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm just here, God. God, do you hear me? I'm just here waiting on you to do what you said that you are already going to do for me. No complaints here. I promise you. But thank you guys, like I said, for tuning in today's show. Before we go, of course, I have to have my little moments. I want to encourage you to keep on going. Regardless to what it may look like. Of course, I'm sure you've heard this a million, billion, trillion times by friends, family, pastors, motivational speakers, or whatever. Just add me to the bunch. Keep on going. And I say that out of experience because it doesn't always look like there's a reason to. Especially when it looks like everything that can be against you is against you. It looks like everything that can be thrown at you, including the kitchen sink, is thrown at you. And you ask yourself, God, why me? Why am I the one that's being chosen to be picked out or to be picked on? The things that would usually work in my life when I'm going through are no longer working, God. The people who I would usually call when I'm going through what I'm going through won't even answer the phone for me. So what is it about this moment that you are trying to get me to? And I say that again, coming from experience, when I tell you that this Bell's palsy has been doing something in me that I don't even understand, nor do I like. But I've had to ask myself, and I asked God plenty of times, and I talked to my leaders, and I asked them, what is it about this that God wants me to learn? One of the things that I've learned is patience. Because I wanted this to be over 3 months ago. I wanted this to be over 3 months ago so that I can pick up with my life the way that my life was originally going rather than where it was or rather than where it is right now, because I felt like I was at a standstill and couldn't do anything. But then I learned the second lesson, which was perseverance, because in order to get to the next thing, I had to stop looking at my situation and look at where my destination was. And it made me want to go further. It made me, even though I know that some words I say don't sound right, made me want to talk. Whenever you watch the videos, you'll see that whenever I talk, my face looks a certain way that I'm not used to. So I didn't want to get back into it until I got completely healed again. But like I said before, how can God create an audience or develop an audience to see him perform wonders in my life if I don't get out there? So that perseverance became really important to me, because in persevering, I have to tell myself every single day, you can do this. It's not as bad as you see. It's not as bad as you feel. You can do this. Yes, you may look different, you may sound different, but you're still effective. Let me say that again. You may look different, you may sound different, you may be different, but you're still effective. Don't let where you are cause you to think that your effectiveness is not still useful. There's somebody out there that's going through what you're going through that needs your voice. They won't listen to nobody else. I learned whenever I start going through Bell's palsy, I was going on TikTok and I made my videos, and so many people inboxed me on TikTok encouraging me and thanking me even for the songs that I was putting behind my videos, or the songs that I was singing in my videos. They were like, oh my God, this is encouraging and I needed to hear this. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all don't understand. I'm doing this to keep me sane. Somebody needs to hear your voice right where you are. It's not about how professional. It's not about the big words that you use. It's not about the clarity. Sometimes, even if it's not clear, God can make it clear to the ones that need to hear you. Don't worry about all that stuff. It's not worth it. The things that we worry about that keep us from persevering are the things that the enemy want to cause us to give up. One wants us to think about to cause us to give up. But we have to be ready to say, regardless to what it is, regardless to what I feel, I can't afford to give up. Let me say it again. I cannot afford to give up. I can't afford to give up, especially after I realize that there's something about where I am or what I'm doing right now that will affect someone else's life. Whenever I post something, whenever I say something, whenever I go somewhere, whenever I do something, I have the opportunity to affect someone else's life. And in knowing that, it should give you joy. It should give you joy to know that even though you're going through something, you can make somebody else better. I believe that with all my heart, which is why I don't have a problem with talking no more. I don't have a problem with going out no more. That's whenever I'm not drugged because it be out there. It really does. It's pretty strong. But I am able to go out now and still be effective to a point to where people see me, to where people hear me. And people know my story. I even started wearing my testimonies. I started making shirts declaring my healing and declaring that God is the greatest, which started to be a conversation piece to open up so that I can tell people about my Bell's palsy. See, I don't want people to just look at the face, because some people look at you and keep on going. But whenever they read my shirt and it stop them and then make them stop me, and they say they like the shirt, I tell them I made it, but then I tell them why I made it. And I tell them, in the meantime, look at me now, but you might not see me again. But whenever you do, watch what I look like. Watch what I sound like. Because I have perseverance that's telling me I cannot give up. So before I close this show one more time, let me let you know, you cannot give up. Don't give up because of what you see. Because what you see is not the end. It's not the end. It may look like the end. It may feel like the end. But I promise you, it's not the end for you. It's just a part of your journey that seems hard. It's a part of your journey that make you feel like you want to give up. But if I know you like you know you, if I know you like I know me, I know that there's a fight. I still have fight left in me. Let me say it again. I still have fight left in me. After all the bad relationships, I still have love left in me. After being hurt, I still have forgiveness in me. Don't give up. Because right before you want to give up, that's when the miracle happens. That's whenever God say, just because you didn't give up, here's your reward. It's your boy Tazz. This is the intro podcast. Do me a favor. If you're listening on Spotify, there's a part now on the Spotify app where you can actually leave a comment about today's show. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about the show. If you have any questions, we will answer them on the next show. In the meantime, in between time, thank you guys for listening. It's your boy Tazz, the intro podcast. We are out.